Hello YouTube, so today it's Star Wars Day and we're gonna go see the new Star Wars film called Star Wars The Last Jedi. It's a brand new movie. So my mom's got her Star Wars shirt. Nice. And my dad's got Star Wars shirt too. I have one too. So we're gonna go see this new Star Wars film and then we'll let you know guys how it is when we're all done. Alright, let's go do this. So here we are going to see this new Star Wars film. It's now showing in RPX. So we're going inside. So we cannot wait to see this. Okay, so guys, we got our snacks. Sam's got them too, and it's time to go see 3D stars in Dolby Digital surround sound. I thought it says Star 3Ds, but I thought we were gonna see Star Wars 8. Check out RPX, it's the best cinema ever. Okay guys, so here we are in the theater. So, hopefully this will be a good movie. So, we'll see you guys afterwards. Bye. Hi, welcome back to Skyler HD's official movie review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. It is distributed by LUCASFILM Limited and Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. I want to start saying I don't understand why fans didn't like this movie, since I really enjoyed this movie a lot. In fact, I can't wait to see it again. This movie picks up after the events of Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And the movie starts off with Resistance attempting to flee the Resistance planned where The Force Awakens left off. Led by General Leia or Princess Leia, played by Carrie Fisher, the Resistance evacuate their main base as the First Order fleet reaches them. Paul Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac, leads a successful counter-attack, but with a great cost to the Resistance, who lose many brave pilots, ships, and bombers. The Resistance vessels jump into light speed in an attempt to escape and regroup, but the First Order gives pursuit, using a tracking device to follow them even through light speed. During an attack, Leia's son, Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, manages to destroy the Resistance fires to leave the capital ship defensiveless, but Kylo hesitates to fire at the lead Resistance ship after sensing his mother's presence on board. But TIE fires destroy the bridge of the ship, killing Admiral Akbar and many Resistance leaders. Leia saves herself using the Force, but is left unconscious, leaving Vice Admiral Amberlin Hartle, played by Lauren Dern, in command. Admiral Hartle's plan, it appeared, it's to continue fleeing the First Order using its fuel to shield the onslaught of attacks while fighting back. Poe did not agree with her plan and looked for another option. So Poe helps plan for Finn, played John Boyega, BB-8, and mechanic Rose Tico, played by Kelly Mary Tran, to secretly escape the Resistance cruiser and embark on a mission to find a master code breaker, to secretly board the First Order vessel and disable the tracking device, allowing the Resistance to jump into hyperspace undetected. Having arrived on Act 2 with Chewbacca and R2-D2 aboard the Millennium Falcon, Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, meets Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill. Luke refuses to train her in the ways of the Force because of his past failure with teaching Kylo Ren, even after learning of Han Solo's death. Without Luke knowing, Rey and Kylo began communicating with each other through visions. R2-D2 shows an old hologram of Leia that convinces Luke to teach Rey.
You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Rey hears different versions from Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker concerning the events that made Ben Solo turn to the dark side and become Kylo Ren. Luke confesses that he wanted to kill Ben Solo, realizing his corruption by Supreme Leader Snoke by Andy Serkis. Luke sensed the darkness in Ben Solo, leading him to want to kill him, but a slight hesitation allowed Ben Solo to awaken in time and stop Luke. This led to Ben becoming Kylo Ren and storing Luke's Jedi training academy and breaking Luke's trust in the Jedi ways and for life itself. Rey couldn't convince Luke to join the Resistance, so Rey leaves Act 2 without him to confront Kylo Ren. Luke sees the Force's vision of Yoda, who destroys the Act 2 Jedi temple for Luke and tells him that Favor is a great teacher and that the books are not important. This harkens back to when Yoda said in The Empire Strikes Back, "You must unlearn what you have learned." Since this whole movie tries to tell us that we must accept changes. Holdo reveals her plan to secretly evacuate the remaining Resistance members using small transports. Believing her actions to be cowardly and risky, Poe necessitates immunity. Finn, Rose, and BB-8 recruit a jailed thief, pirate, and self-proclaimed master breaker names DJ, played by Benicio del Toro, and on Canto Bite, believing that he would be able to help him disable the tracking device. After escaping Canto Bright, DJ, Finn, Rose, and BB-8 secretly board Snoke's ship, but are captured by Captain Phasma, but BB-8 manages to escape. Meanwhile, Rey sneaks out Kylo Ren to help him find the good she sensed in him during their many physically telepathic encounters, lands on the same ship and is seized by Kylo Ren, who takes her to Snoke. During a confrontation with Snoke, Rey tries to turn Kylo to the side of the Resistance. Snoke reveals that he controlled the mental connection between her and Kylo as part of a plan to destroy Luke. His arrogant revelation seems to suggest how powerful he believes he is, and that Rey and Kylo Ren are merely his pawns used in his games to kill Luke and destroy the Resistance. Snoke then orders his young apprentice to kill Rey, but Kylo Ren instead cleverly kills Snoke despite Snoke's assertion that he knew every thought and every move of Kylo Ren before he acted. This is absolutely the best part of the movie, as Kylo Ren and Rey work together to battle Snoke's loyal Praetorian guards in a battle for the ages. But rather than join Rey in a Resistance, Kylo invites Rey to rule the galaxy with him, again bringing back memories of Anakin asking Padme to join him in ruling the galaxy at the end of Revenge of the Sith, or Darth Vader asking Luke to join him in ruling the galaxy at the end of Empire Strikes Back. But Rey refuses. Using the Force, they struggle for possession of Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber until they break it in two. Rey escapes while the First Order are distracted by the battle. Unlike Darth Vader, who kills his master for redemption and to save his son Luke from Emperor Palpatine, Kylo Ren destroys his master out of his lust for power. With that, Kylo Ren declares himself the new Supreme Leader, much to General Hux chagrin. Meanwhile, Leia, having recovered, stuns Poe and allows the evacuation to begin. Holdo remains on the main ship to mislead Snoke's fleet, as all others escape to an old Rebel Alliance base on the nearby planet Crate. However, DJ reveals the Resistance plan to the First Order, and the evacuation transports are targeted with heavy losses. Holdo sacrifices herself by ramming Snoke's flagship at light speed to stop the barging while ripping Snoke's command vessel in two and damaging many other Force Order vessels, which I thought was an awesome scene because I always curious what would happen if someone used lightspeed at a ship. BB-8 frees Rose and Finn, who escape after defeating Captain Phasma and joins the survivors of evacuation, which I hope Captain Phasma comes back because this would be a really weak death for a character we haven't even seen her full potential for yet. On the planet Kate, the First Order arrives in force in Poe. Finn and Rose are charged with the old speeders, but suffer heavy losses. Rey arrives in a Millennium Falcon and draws the TIE fighters away, while Rose saves Finn from a suicide run to destroy the main enemy cannon, which then blasts a hole in the Resistance fortress. Luke appears at the entry to the Resistance fortress, causing Kylo Ren to stop the First Order advance and confront Luke alone, which General Hux tried unsuccessfully and quite painfully to prevent. As Kylo Ren and Luke duel, this gives the remaining Resistance fighters time to escape. As the lightsaber battle continues, Kylo Ren strikes Luke with his lightsaber, but learns that he has been fighting the Force projection and Luke is still in Act 2. Luke tells Kylo Ren that he will not be the last Jedi, as Rey clears a block tunnel behind the base using the Force so the remaining Resistance fighters can escape. Here's my biggest problem with this part. The ships Finn and Rose flew were destroyed and they were very far away from this base, yet somehow Finn and Rose make it all the way back to the base and through the tunnels and have enough time to meet up with Rey. I mean, did no one really in the First Order to see Finn dragging Rose? Luke then peacefully dies and becomes one with the Force, which seems to be what fans have issues with. What fans need to accept is the whole movie is built around letting the past die so that the new characters can actually be the main part of the story without being distracted by the main cast of the original trilogy. I don't think this will be the last we see Luke because he already came back as a Force Ghost. So we will see him back in a Force Ghost too. Plus Luke dies the most selfless way and doesn't die in a weak way most Jedi have died in the series. The remaining Resistance fighters escape aboard the Falcon, and Leia reassures everyone that the rebellion has all that is needed to rise again. On Canto Bright, one of the children that helped Finn and Rose escape grabbed a broom with the Force and gazes up into space. In all, I love the way Last Jedi breaks away from all of the central characters from past Star Wars movies. I look forward to more of the interaction between Rey and Kylo Ren as it's interesting where their relationship may go. I'm less interested in Finn and Rose and could have done with less of that storyline. I mean, really? An unproven First Order trooper assigned to sanitation defeating a decorated leader like Captain Phasma in hand-to-hand combat. In conclusion, this movie pushes what we knew about Star Wars and changes the whole story. This movie is all about letting go of the past. Luke, by destroying the temple and the books, Luke frees himself from the Jedi ways of the past, which he believes have failed and created monsters like his father and his nephew. For Rey, it's about her letting go of her storybook views of Luke Skywalker and of ever looking for her parents who are obviously not important. And as for Kylo Ren, let me start by saying Adam Driver is really taken over his role as Kylo Ren, and he is close to becoming just as beloved a villain as was Darth Vader. And yes, Kylo Ren breaks away from his past, which has made him weak and not allowed to reach his potential. First, when Kylo Ren killed his father, Han Solo, it wasn't out of hatred. It was for Kylo Ren to free himself from what he thought was his father holding him back. Second, at the beginning of Last Jedi, when Kylo Ren smashed his helmet, which was fashioned after his grandfather's helmet. This was Kylo Ren breaking away from Darth Vader's shadow, which also held him back. Third, killing Snoke was Kylo Ren's last move toward independence as he decided to choose his own course rather than that of Snoke's vision for him. His whole life has been decided for him, from Jedi's training to Snoke's apprentice. But no more. Besides, it's obvious Kylo Ren was intended to become the central powerful villain moving forward.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
This is absolutely the best part of the movie, as Kylo Ren and Rey work together to battle Snoke's loyal Praetorian guards in a battle for the ages. But rather than join Rey in a resistance, Kylo invites Rey to rule the galaxy with him, again bringing back memories of Anakin asking Padme to join him in ruling the galaxy at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
We don't have to run away anymore. I have brought peace to the Republic. I am more powerful than the Chancellor. I can overthrow him. And together, you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be.
The Sith, or Darth Vader asking Luke to join him in ruling the galaxy at the end of Empire Strikes Back.
It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
I give The Last Jedi 9.5 lightsabers out of a possible 10. I can't wait for episode 9. That's it for my movie review. And please remember, what are your thoughts about the ending of the movie in the comments down below. So anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe for more movie reviews and more fun videos. And may the Force be with you. Bye.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Good. Not a good time. Button. Button.